Hi everybody, today's lesson is a very interesting one. First of all, let me welcome you all with a very big heart. My name is Hridhaan, and in today's lesson we will talk about some of the most important words in English language that people get confused with when they speak in English, when they write in English. Here is the list of all of these words that people get most confused with when they speak in English. Let's get started with the first one in the list without further ado. But before this, if you're new to my channel and if you like my videos, I request you to please subscribe to my channel and also click the like button. Let's get started. The first one in the list is breath. What is a breath? Breath is a one-time action. Breath means either you exhale oxygen, air, or you inhale air. Now, this word is most confused with the word breathe. Breath is a noun and breathe is a verb. Breath means to inhale or exhale air. Breathe is the process of inhaling and exhaling. Let's move to the next one. I hope it was useful and you will never confuse between these two words, breath and breathe. The next one is disinterested. Have you ever experienced a situation in life when you're speaking in English? I've seen even expert users making this mistake as they speak in English. There comes a situation when you want to express that you're not interested in something, and then you're speaking in English and suddenly you get confused. Is it uninterested or is it disinterested? Let me solve your query here. The word that we have here is disinterested. It is most confused with uninterested. I'll just write it here. I hope you can read it clearly. Disinterested is very different from uninterested. Disinterested means, let's first start with the easier one. When you're not interested in something, that's when you say and use uninterested. Dude, I am uninterested in participating in the contest. So it is the opposite of interesting or interested. Non-interested. Disinterested, on the other hand, means that you are not a biased human being. For example, if you are a judge in the court, you are disinterested. You would neither choose to be with the right wing nor to be with the left wing. So a judge is somebody who is a disinterested human being. Another example of disinterested is parents. Parents do not like their children in a biased manner. They like their children equally if they have two children or more children. For example, if there's a boy or a girl, and if you're one of those kids who think that your parents are a little biased, let me tell you, they're absolutely disinterested. They do not differentiate between you and your sibling. So disinterested here means not biased. I hope you are clear with the differences between disinterested and uninterested. Now let's move to the next one. Affect. I think you have guessed it correctly. Affect and effect. Absolutely. The next word is effect. Affect is predominantly, most of the times, confused with effect. Affect primarily means to get emotionally influenced by somebody. So let me write it here for your reference with a different pen. Emotionally influenced by somebody. Now let's say, for example, This movie has affected me deeply. It has touched my emotions. For example, if there's a recent movie that was out, it deeply affected you. It deeply affected your emotions. So that influence is called affect, the action, affect. The next one is effect. It is a little simpler. Effect basically means the result of something. Affect is to get emotionally influenced. Effect is the result of something. For example, what are the effects of this surgery? For example, the person wants to get, let's say, an eye surgery done, and the person asks the doctor, what are the effects of this surgery? Effect, absolutely. Results of the surgery. Are they positive or are they negative? Are they positive effects or are they negative effects as well? When it comes to pronunciation, please remember the first one starts with an sound. Could you repeat after me? Please listen carefully and repeat after me. Affect. The second one starts with an sound. There's a difference between the two. The first one is it's more like your jaw drops down. It is also called the schwa sound. An extra tip for you on that. The second one is affect, effect. Let's move on to the next one. Lay. Lay gets most confused with lie. Let me write it here. Let's say I have these two pens in my hand, and let's say my friend Akash says, please lay these pens down on the table. So I have something in my hand, and Akash says, please lay these pens on the table. That means to put these pens on the table. But if let's say somebody says lie down, that means imagine you go to the doctor and the doctor says please lie down. That means you have to sit down, or you have to basically put your body down there on the bed that is there. Basically, not exactly bed, the doctor's bed that is there. So lay is to put, lie means to sit. This takes us to the next part. The next part is current with an A. What is current with an A? Current means a grape, a fruit without seeds in it. So you must have visited all of these five-star hotels and stuffs where you get all of these cherries and all of these grapes, but there are grapes that are without seeds in them. Those grapes are called currant. So let's just write it here. Without seeds in them. And I'm talking about fruits. Currant is often misunderstood with a current in E in it. A current with E in it. So have you heard somebody saying, let's talk about current affairs? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about using this. Current affairs or current means something that is ongoing, something that is happening in the present. So current means in the present. The next one that we have is cereal. Cereal is most of the times confused with a cereal that starts with C. And the difference is quite interesting. Serial means something that is in series. In films, you must have heard somebody saying a serial murderer, a serial killer. That means the person has committed the crime one after the other in the series. We can also say TV serials. TV serials is something that we use in our daily life as well. Something that comes repeatedly in series. So something that happens in series, one after the other. Whereas on cereal, with the same pronunciation, means a crop that you grow to get wheat. That is cereal. Next one is palate. What is a palate? What is this palate? Now, have you ever wondered the upper area in your mouth? What is that upper area in your mouth called? So this area, if you take your finger down there and you see that hard area in your mouth to the upside, that is called the palate. That area is called palate. Palate is most of the times confused with another palate. That palate primarily means, have you ever seen a painter with that thin wooden board that he has, or a plastic board for that matter, that the painter uses to actually paint the painting? Exactly, that is what I'm talking about. That thin board that the painter uses to paint painting is called palette, is also called palette. But there's a difference in pronunciation and spelling as well. Oh, sorry, and spelling, not in pronunciation. It is pronounced in a similar pattern. Palate, palate. The first palate being upper area in mouth. And the second one means painting board. Exactly. Let's move to the last one. Coarse, and the second word is also coarse, but with this different pronunciation. Spelling. Again, I made the same mistake, sorry. With the different spelling, but same pronunciation. Course, course. A course is that you take, such as an educational course, such as learning English, coming to, let's say, Learn X or Let's Talk, and learning English, you take a course, you get better at speaking English. That educational journey is called a course. An educational plan is called a course. Whereas coarse is something that is rough, something that is not soft, such as a sandpaper for that matter. If you ever touch the surface of the sandpaper, you will feel that it's quite rough. It is not soft. That is called coarse as well, but with a different spelling. So let's write it quickly here. Courses, educational plan, whereas coarse is and this brings us to the last one in the list of the most confused words in English. And I think this is something that people have most problems with when they speak in English. Desert and dessert. This is desert, pronounced as de. The first sound, the first syllable in the word starts with an e sound. Desert. It is most confused with, I'll write it here for you guys. Dessert. Desert is most confused with dessert. Desert, on the other hand, means a land with a lot of sand, such as you go to Rajasthan, you see a desert. You go to, let's say, Dubai, you see a desert. So, land with sand. Rhymes quite nicely. Land with sand is called a desert. Dessert, on the other hand, the sweet dish that you eat in the end of your meal. But there could be some people who eat right in the beginning. I'm one of those people, actually. So, desert, land with sand. Dessert, sweet dish. This brings us to the end of the video, and I hope you guys liked the video. And if you did, please do make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and also put in a comment to help me understand what would you like to study next. Have a great day, and God bless.